Welcome along, episode 20 of our Aston Martin save. Now, there's not too much to tell you about this week. No facility upgrades. There's a bit of research being completed on the suspension for next season, but apart from that, nothing at all to tell you about. So we're straight into the race weekend and straight into the circuit overview. So 1963, the Mexican Grand Prix this week, 71 laps. It's just gone this weekend in real life. I'm recording this before the race has happened, so I'm not too sure what happened, but Max Verstappen were on pole, and that's all I'm up to at the moment. After qualifying just being done last night. Circuit, 4 kilometres. Valtteri Bottas holds the lap record. Car attributes, low speed cornering, we're pretty decent at that, and high speed cornering as well, which we're not so decent at. Like I say, all the research now is going into next season's car, and the drivers, I don't think either of them are going to be here. Lance Stroll has a slim chance, Sebastian Vettel hasn't got a prayer. Expected strategies is a medium to hard. Tyre wear quite strong round here, so we're going to get into practice now, and we'll see you in qualifying one, where hopefully we can get a car into Q2 for the first time in a while.
Is in the air this weekend, but it's not mariachi we'll be hearing. It's going to be the roar of the engines and the cheers of the crowd. Formula One is back in the very heart of Mexico City at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. This is an exhilarating circuit on the Formula One calendar. We'll be sure to see plenty of battles and overtaking this weekend, especially with the help of not one, not two, but 3 DRS zones. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. Let's get this underway.
So you join us for the final flying laps of Q1. Now, it's not been too bad a performance from Sebastian Vettel so far. The one disappointing thing so far this weekend is he did pick up a 3-place grid penalty in practice. Now, this issue, what we've decided to do is we were umming and ahhing about changing the gearbox because a lot of other cars, they've got grid penalties. So we saw an opportunity for possible points this weekend. Sebastian Vettel has obviously incurred that 3-place grid penalty, so we thought, well, we might as well give him a fresh gearbox as well. It just made sense to do that. If he's already going to lose 3 places, he might as well start from the back, depending on what other cars are doing as well. But he has had a storming first lap in Q1 so far. His first lap was fantastic. He's currently in P10. He's out qualifying a lot of cars. Lance Stroll did get a bit of traffic. There wasn't that much between the cars this weekend in terms of us as competitors, so that's something else to look out for. Normally there's been like a second or two between us. But now, this weekend, it's only been a few attempts, so there is cause for optimism, cautious optimism, definitely this weekend. As we see Sebastian Vettel going around, he doesn't look like he's improving though, Sebastian Vettel, at this moment in time, which is a disappointment for him. 2 yellow sectors, not too good at all. Sebastian Vettel, as he comes round the final corner, what does he do? Does he improve? It doesn't look like he does. He stays P12, but a lot of cars behind him are going to be looking to improve. Danny Ricciardo doesn't improve. Neither Lewis Hamilton certainly does. Magnussen, maybe not so much. Vettel, George Russell definitely has. He's now up into P5. Lance Stroll is green through the first sector, but yellow through the middle sector. You've got to choose your sectors really. The tyre temperatures, very difficult to keep steady throughout the whole lap. As we've seen in real life this weekend just gone. Lance Stroll doesn't improve either, so it's P18 for Lance Stroll. It's all really on Kevin Magnussen. Kevin Magnussen is really the car that could knock Sebastian Vettel out of Q1. Kevin Magnussen crosses the line and goes to P10. Sebastian Vettel does finish P16, does finish in front of Ricciardo. Disappointing from our point of view, but like I said, not masses between it, so that's cautious optimism for Saturday. Let's get into the strategies now and see what we can do. So as you can see, P11 and P12 are our starting positions for the Grand Prix. Like I say, a lot of cars having grid penalties. There could be opportunities here to maybe get some points. Strategy-wise, if we have a quick look at it, starting on the mediums is the optimal strategy. But there is a 2-stop option. Now, the 2-stop is showing us a little bit quicker. What we're going to do is we're going to assess it. We're going to start on mediums, both of them pointing towards the 1-stop. As the race progresses, we'll keep in mind what other cars around us are doing and judge it from there. So let's get to 5 red lights now and see what our guys could do. Could we get some points this weekend? It'd be an absolute dream if we could.
Looking at Lance Stroll. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. And for the second driver, It's Sebastian Vettel. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. Everything's been building to this. This is it. Here we go with the Mexican Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go, and straight away we're going to ride on board with Sebastian Vettel. Early doors in this Grand Prix, we're going to get him on push and get him on overtake as well. See if we can make up some places early in this Grand Prix. Lance Stroll at the side of him, both for our guys. I bet if we have a quick look, it's 3 wide into turn 1 with us and the Alpine. Lance Stroll just about holding on to that inside line. Lance Stroll up into P10. Decent start for Lance Stroll. We're going to get him on push and also get his overtake on. See if we can make some places up early in this Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel now is behind these two. As we can see, nice and early, nice and tight early on in this Grand Prix. If we have a look at the front, it's Max Verstappen leading this Grand Prix from George Russell, then Kevin Magnussen in the lofty heights of P3 at this moment in time. Lance Stroll looks like he's now got beaten to the punch by Fernando Alonso. And Lance Stroll is looking to attack the Spaniard, one of the drivers that we're definitely looking at for next season. Fernando Alonso obviously moving to Aston Martin in real life. It'd be nice to see if we could get him on this, but Lance Stroll very much trying to attack the man. We have got a bit of gearbox wear, we know that, but that's something that we've got to manage throughout this race. But Lance Stroll at the moment through the stadium section, low speed cornering. Yuki Tsunoda is on the soft compounded tyre. We would expect him to be quicker early doors in this Grand Prix. And Sebastian Vettel is definitely just trying to keep him at bay, as is Lance Stroll. Lap 1, not a bad start from our guys at all. Not too bad a start at all. We'll keep the overtake on at this moment in time.
Alpha Tower, he gained a place.
But that Yuki Tsunoda, he is going to be quicker in these initial stages. But like I said, those soft tyres, I'm expecting to die out pretty quickly. So your top 10 is Verstappen from Russell, Magnussen in P3 as we've discussed, Lewis Hamilton P4, Pierre Gasly again doing a fantastic showing for the Alpha Tauri. Then Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz in P7, Lando Norris P8, Valtteri Bottas 9, and then comes Fernando Alonso in P10, and that's where we find out to Aston Martin's lap 2. Lap 3, and the cars that are out of position are starting to move through the field, and as we can see, Charles Leclerc getting past Sebastian Vettel. Lovely move from the Ferrari man, and now he's going to be chasing Tsunoda and Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll has fell out of DRS of Fernando Alonso, just doesn't seem to have the pace so far this afternoon. Lap 5, Yuki Tsunoda, big whoops there in towards the stadium section, locked up, and as you can see, Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll profiting from that as we both come through. Big lock up for Yuki Tsunoda. They'll not be happy with that in the Alpha Tauri garage, and the lad with the fantastic hair in the blue overall, very much not happy. Lap 5, update on strategy, and this is what we're going to do. Lance Stroll's been told to push, use those tyres up. Lance Stroll is going to do the 2-stop. Sebastian Vettel's been told to go lighter on his tyres, don't fight your teammate, hang on to that DRS and let that pull you through, and Sebastian Vettel will be on the 1-stop. So we're going to split the strategies. Hopefully that'll aid us later on in the Grand Prix, but I've got a funny feeling Sebastian Vettel, with that fresher gearbox, has got a little bit more pace than Lance Stroll. But if we can save the tyres, let him go a little bit longer, hopefully that'll just keep us in this race, and it might just work in our favour. And we seem to be just about holding on to the back of Charles Leclerc, and also we're getting DRS. Lap 6, this could be an absolutely blinding bit of strategy. Let's see what happens from here. If you had to have a guess at what's just happened, lap 7, Sebastian Vettel, he's faster. We reckon we've got the strategy spot on. I give up. I give up with him. I mean, I thought he got more pace, and we're not even. I mean, this lad here, look at this lad at the front. It's not even a surprise anymore. It's every weekend we see this happening, and Lance Stroll, fortunately, is keeping up now with Lando Norris. He looks a bit more in range than he was a little while ago. He's had to use his ERS to get back in range. But Sebastian Vettel now, P20. I can't even call him what I want to call him. Lap 9, and as you can see, Lance Stroll, he's had to use a lot of his battery and a lot of his fuel to get back in DRS range, but he's managed it, and now he's back up with Lando Norris and Fernando Alonso. Positives to be taken here. P12 at this moment in time. There is a little bit of a gap from Alonso to Leclerc, so I reckon probably P10 is the maximum for Lance Stroll today. At this moment in time, if we have a look at the tyres, which is something that we need to be aware of. We know Lance Stroll's going to be going a little bit shorter, so that's not too big of a problem. He is going to be doing the 2-stop. We are quick through the stadium section because we are decent in the low-speed corners. Hopefully he's just about going to hang on to the DRS again. He is. So Lance Stroll on this 2-stop, much to be optimistic about. Sebastian Vettel, he's at the back, as you probably guessed. He's catching the Williams, but it's not really positive for him at this moment in time. He is going to be going very long on this medium compounder tyre, and then we might just have to see very much where he comes out and then assess it from there. But a safety car is needed for Sebastian Vettel. It's not a surprise anymore. But Lance Stroll, it's much easier to just manage one driver. That is the positive. So we're going to keep a very close eye on Lance Stroll. Meanwhile, at the front, Max Verstappen is still leading from George Russell in P2. Then comes Sergio Perez, 6 seconds back from the front two. Looks like a 2-horse race between the Mercedes and the Red Bull for the win here in Mexico this afternoon. Lap 12, Vettel overtakes Latifi into the stadium section like anybody's bothered. Lap 18, and just to show you, it's not always Sebastian Vettel. Latifi's done exactly the same thing. You wouldn't really put them two in the same bracket though, would you? But meanwhile, Lance Stroll, he's holding on, and look at his lap times, 1:23.8. He's just entered his pit window. This has been working for Lance Stroll. He's not been doing too badly at all. He's been lapping quicker than Sebastian Vettel. Obviously, he's hanging on to this DRS. His tyres are now starting to go off. Get a couple more laps. Lance Stroll will be in. He did have a little bit of a battle with Fernando Alonso on that last lap as well. So this little DRS train that he's found himself in is not too bad at all. Lap 19. Lap 22, I'm guessing all the 2-stoppers are now coming in. Lando Norris has been in for his hard compounder tyre, as has Alexander Albon. Kevin Magnussen's already made his stop. Now Lance Stroll is still, I believe, just about hanging on to Fernando Alonso. And this is going to be a pretty decent in-lap. This is the optimal pit stop lap for us, so we're going to just fast forward it on a little bit. Let's follow him through. He's going to come up to the line pretty shortly, and we'll watch the pit stop. But he's held on to Fernando Alonso. That could be massive in terms of his position in this Grand Prix. Right, Lance Stroll is in, as is George Russell. Fernando Alonso stops out. That would suggest that Fernando Alonso is doing the 1-stop. But Lance Stroll, it's a decent stop time, 2.54. Now, where is Lance Stroll going to come out? We're looking at Lando Norris. Lando Norris has undercut us. No, we've jumped Lando Norris in the stops. Fantastic work. And we've got a lap fresher tyres. And I would expect when Lando Norris gets past us, which no doubt he will, then we can hold on to the back of that DRS. So that could have been an absolutely perfect pit stop for Lance Stroll. Meanwhile, we might as well have a look at Sebastian Vettel because we are here. He's now got, Guan Yu Zhou for company, but he's currently sat behind Esteban Ocon, but he has got the DRS, so maybe some positives for Sebastian Vettel. He has got a little bit further to go. But yeah, Sebastian Vettel battling with Esteban Ocon at this moment in time. I think we've got to be very pleased with the fact that Lance Stroll is coming in with Lando Norris. He wants to stay with these guys and see if he can keep on that DRS. I'm sure Lando's going to get him on the start-finish straight. The 2-stop might just work for Lance this afternoon, pending any mistakes. Lap 25, we are going to watch Sebastian Vettel overtaking Esteban Ocon with that DRS. Great work from Sebastian Vettel, trying to make moves in this Grand Prix. Obviously, has got a pit stop to make. But the important thing after this highlight, which we're going to see now, we've just had a multi-car crash and we've got a safety car. Now, this doesn't benefit Lance Stroll, but what it may do is benefit Sebastian Vettel. If he comes in now for his hard compounder tyre, this could work for him. So, safety car is out. We didn't get to see the crash. I'm hoping we're going to get to see that in a moment. Here we go then. Let's have a look where this has happened. We've got a Ferrari and a Mercedes looking very tasty. This into the stadium section. Oh, and the Ferrari absolutely takes out the Mercedes. That's 2 places gone in front of us. This could be interesting. Very, very interesting for us now. Some cars at the front are making their pit stops. 2 cars are out. That's going to promote Lance Stroll up as well. We can get on Lance Stroll onto Harvest, get his ERS back. Sebastian Vettel's going to come in for his stop onto the hard compounder tyre. The initial strategy view, it was meant to be coming in about 5 laps time. It is a bit much to do a one-stop, but it might just work for Sebastian. Alonso's in for his pit stop now. Alonso were a one-stopper as well, something to bear in mind. So he's going to mirror what Sebastian Vettel's doing. And as Sebastian Vettel comes around the final corner, he will now come in for his pit stop. Lance Stroll and Lando will now jump Fernando Alonso. Let's see where Sebastian comes out here. But all the guys behind us, in front of us, are going to stop again. So this could be an absolute blinder for our team. Fernando Alonso is the man we'll be looking at. But lap 25 will come back when we get back to green flag running. See, now one of the biggest problems with this game in the safety car is it doesn't go slow enough, and Sebastian Vettel's not caught up with the pack, which is a disaster. But we are going to be going back to green flag running. We're going to ride on board with Lance Stroll. We're going to give him the overtake to use off the line.
Use overtake.
And we're also going to get him to push on fuel and see if he can catch up. Sebastian Vettel's just about caught up, but he's not got the DRS. See, this is a disastrous thing with it. Lance Stroll now is on the 2-stop. Sebastian Vettel is on the 1-stop. And Lance Stroll, I thought he was going to go for a massive move there. Lance Stroll in P10. Let's see what he can do now for the rest of this Grand Prix. He's still on the 2-stop as it stands, but he might be able to do a 1-stop if he looks after the tyres. Sebastian Vettel now has caught up with the rest of the pack as well. He's on for very much a 1-stop this afternoon. Lap 28, Max Verstappen even still leads this Grand Prix. George Russell P2, Pierre Gasly P3. Pierre Gasly, what a season this man is having. Lap 30 and we've had another accident. It looks like George Russell going up against Max Verstappen. And George Russell locks up and takes out Max Verstappen again. That's 2 cars in front of us that could be possibly out of the Grand Prix. Let's have a look what's happened here. We've got Red Bull. I'd be absolutely livid if I were Max Verstappen in that position. But let's have a look. We've got another safety car. Now this is very interesting. As we can see, that's put us up to P8. We'll assess the situation and come back once we've decided what we're going to do here.
Happy to push.
Safety car is ending at lap 32, and we're going to do exactly the same as we did in the last one. We're going to see if both our guys can make any moves off the start. We're going to try the 1-stop, I think, with both guys now. We've had 5 laps on the safety car. Sebastian Vettel especially is in a good position for doing the 1-stop. Lance Stroll a little bit less so. But hopefully being the key word, a couple of the others box, and if they do, we'll just try and hang on. I think that's our best situation. We'll monitor it efficiently as we would expect, but let's see what Lance Stroll can do now. We don't want any mistakes from either of our guys, and hopefully we can start to maybe get double points this weekend. Who knows? But as we see now, Sergio Perez is leading his own Grand Prix. I said that as Carlos Sainz goes for the overtake through the chicanes. It's neck and neck with these 2 guys. Perez just about in front through the double right-hander. Sergio Perez hanging on. Sebastian Vettel though getting past Danny Ricciardo and now latching on to Yuki Tsunoda. Well done Sebastian Vettel. Lance Stroll looking to also have a go at the McLaren. Could Lance Stroll make a move in this Grand Prix as well? Currently running P8. Like I said, we've got fuel to burn. We're looking in a decent position. Lap 33. Something really good's just happened because Esteban Ocon, who were very much chasing down Lance Stroll, decided to do that. And that has let Sebastian Vettel through, but it's also took the pressure off Lance Stroll, which is ideal for us. They'll not be happy in the Alpine garage, but we're absolutely buzzing on the Aston Martin pit wall. And it looks like Kevin Magnussen has also had a little bit of an issue there. Kevin Magnussen dropping down. Both Aston Martins are now in the points. Kevin Magnussen lock up turn 3, battling with the Alpine. Fernando Alonso looks up that left-hand tyre, then he's on the grass. Not so good at all. Not the time to do that, if you see the Rolex pun there. But great stuff for us. Haas not very happy. They do not look like a bunch of legends now. Lance Stroll P7, Sebastian Vettel P9, but needs to get back in the DRS of Yuki Tsunoda, Guan Yu Zhou. But I'm hoping he's going to be able to do that in the coming laps. But Lance Stroll pushing on the fuel, just about hanging on to Lando Norris with DRS through this section. Lando Norris is also got DRS on Fernando Alonso. We are looking pretty decent here if Lance Stroll can stay in the DRS, which he looks like he's just about to drop out of. Lap 37. Lap 38, Sebastian Vettel. We were very disappointed earlier in the Grand Prix with him. He has just overtaken Yuki Tsunoda. These two are having a right ding-dong battle this afternoon in Mexico. You can see Lance Stroll in front has been overtaken by Guan Yu Zhou, but that might not be the worst thing in the world as we look for the Alfa Romeo. Yes, my friends, we look for the Alfa Romeo to pull us up to Lando Norris, and that is exactly what he's doing. 1.4 seconds. It were 1.8 when we dropped behind Guan Yu Zhou, and Lance Stroll hanging onto the back of him. Sebastian Vettel got work to do to keep that Alfa Tauri behind him as well. Lap 39, we've got issues now because Sebastian Vettel been overtaken, but Lance Stroll also has. Lance Stroll's now been overtaken by Guan Yu Zhou, as we can see there. But if we have a look at it, we've now got Vettel and Stroll running P9 and 10, but George Russell, who had that earlier accident, is also back in the mix, and he's going to cause some grief for both of us here. This could be a big moment in this Grand Prix. It's both our guys. George Russell, we're blocking off, we're trying not to battle, but Lance Stroll is just about holding on. We aren't going to match the Mercedes for power. Lap 41, George Russell is past us. Let's see if we can hang on to the back of him now. We need our guys not to be fighting. Lap 46, Yu Join is back in this train. Guan Yu Zhou has been pulled into it. We've been very much pulled along by George Russell. Lance Stroll hanging onto the back, giving it everything he possibly can to hang on to the back of this Mercedes, and Sebastian Vettel behind, just keeping his tyres nice, keeping the fuel. Sebastian Vettel, providing he doesn't spin, is going to be in a very strong position towards the end of this Grand Prix. Lance Stroll also doing a decent job with the tyres as well. We are using the fuel up now though with Lance Stroll, but at this moment in time he's keeping on the back of these two cars in front. We are running P9 and 10. Could we hold on? And if guys in front of us decide to make another pit stop, we could be well in the mix at the end of this Grand Prix. Lap 46. Lap 49, just to show you, we're having to manage this as efficiently as we possibly can. Lance Stroll is now on 67% tyre wear. Compare that with Yuki Tsunoda, who is on 61%, so that's positive. Guan Yu Zhou 70, Russell 78. Russell is on an absolute blinder here. We expect Russell to move forward. We're just really trying to stick with these two cars. What we're doing is managing Lance Stroll, giving him extra fuel to use, giving him the DRS when he needs it, to just stick with him and just pull Sebastian Vettel along. That's the idea at this moment in time. But interestingly, there is movement in front of us, and Lance Stroll is going to move up a place. Bottas and Norris are both in and going onto a medium set of tyres. With 21 laps to go, where are they going to filter out? That's going to be the big question, and how many cars in front of us are going to do something similar. At this moment in time, 8 seconds to Bottas. Norris is dropping well down the order. Norris is quite a distance back now. He's about 12 seconds back, but he is on fresh medium compound tyres. The big question is, do we stick this out as long as we possibly can and try to hold on to these guys in front? I would presume that George Russell is going towards the end of the Grand Prix on those tyres. Can we do the exact same thing? There is an option to pit Lance Stroll now, but I think we're going to try and hold on to it and try and stick with it and see how far we can go. Let's manage it. Lap 50, 21 to go. Lap 52, Kevin Magnussen has locked up in Sector 1. He has been guilty of doing that a couple of times this afternoon, but back to our race. The interesting thing is we are running 6th and 7th now. Lance Stroll has lost DRS to George Russell, but we are having to defend from Yuki Tsunoda. We are thinking of swapping the cars now at this moment in time and using Stroll to just hold back Yuki Tsunoda. Lap 52. Lap 53, we've swapped the cars now. Lance Stroll is going to be hanging onto the back of Sebastian Vettel for the rest of this Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel has got the fresher tyres, should be able to comfortably make it to the end. But let's see what we can do here. This is going to be a really, really interesting fight towards the end. The cars in front as well. Fernando Alonso, Pierre Gasly, are they all going to the end, or are they going to stop for soft compounded tyre? Going to be very, very interesting. If we have a look at the last lap times, Norris is on a 1:22.9, Sebastian Vettel 1:23.0. So at this moment in time, you would suggest that that extra stop is not working too well for him. And Lance Stroll has been told not to fight his teammate, but he's certainly having a look at Sebastian Vettel. Team orders, and he's attacking. What is he doing, man? You've been told to not attack. So Lance Stroll, hold the cars back behind. Stop knackering up the strategy. Lap 53, Carlos Sainz leads from Sergio Perez. We haven't done a top 10 roundup. We'll do that now. Pierre Gasly P3, Alonso P4, Russell P5. Then comes Vettel and Stroll. Tsunoda P8, Bottas P9, Danny Ricciardo P10 and 11 for the McLarens. Just lap 55, just an interesting one. The guys who pitted onto the medium compound tyre, look at the tyre wear. 56%, 58%, their tyres are in worse nick than both our cars, so they possibly might have to pit again. So that is not the strategy to go for. We're in a decent position here, as long as we don't make any mistakes. Lap 55. Right, lap 59, there has been a safety car, which is possibly not when we wanted it. That is the worst possible thing that could have happened to us. We'll have a look at the strategy and then we'll come back. Bear with us. Right, multiple car crash, and it looks like it's going to be the two McLarens. We are going to box. We're going to have to box both our cars for soft compounded tyres. That is not good for the McLarens at all. So, this is where we are now. That you'd be absolutely fuming if you were McLaren team principal, by the way. This has happened at the worst possible time for us. Our guys now are both going to have to pit. Now, the interesting thing is, we've got 10 laps. Both our guys are coming in for the soft compounded tyre. Is the guys at the front, they've already gone past the pits, so they're not. Vettel's in, Stroll's in, both for the soft compounded tyre. Let's see where we filter out here. We need good pit stops here, boys. Everybody's going to bunch up. Come on, guys, come on. Right, Ricciardo's in. It doesn't look like a lot of the medium compound runners are coming in. Where's Sebastian Vettel going to come out here? P8. Lance Stroll has lost a few more places, as you would expect. Lance Stroll is behind the safety car. You have got to be kidding me. So we're not going to... Oh, yeah, he's let him go. He's let him go. So, P8 for Sebastian Vettel on fresh, soft compounded tyre. He's going to be up against Valtteri Bottas, Tsunoda and Russell, all on worn tyres. We then look at Lance Stroll, P11. He's going to be in the mix as well. By the time we all catch up, we're going to come back when we get back to green flag running. This could be an epic end here in Mexico. Safety car in this lap, and oh my word, what an opportunity we have here. We've got 10 laps. We're going on to push mode. We're going to keep the tyres on standard, but we are on fresh, soft compounded tyres. Sebastian Vettel has got Valtteri Bottas in front of him, then a load of guys on the hard compound. We've already put the ERS on. Let's see what we can do off the start.
Yeah, copy.
Sebastian Vettel is going for it down the start finish straight. The Williams is having to get out of the way. Don't get held up by the Williams. We aren't doing. Sebastian Vettel, Lance Stroll losing a couple of positions there. Unbelievably so. And Sebastian Vettel is still in P8. He has got these two guys in front of him. He's on push on the fuel. I would expect Sebastian Vettel... what happened to Lance Stroll on that restart? He got caught behind the Williams. Oh, this game is frustrating at times. Sebastian Vettel still having a look here on Yuki Tsunoda. He's been battling with him all afternoon. Can he get past him on this soft compounded tyre? Lance Stroll is now battling with the McLarens, and he's really battling with Danny Ricciardo. He's got Mick Schumacher in front of him, who he's going to be putting under pressure. I think once the DRS comes back on, we should be flying in this race. Sebastian Vettel, both our guys now, don't have to worry about fuel. We've got the ERS stored. Let's go for it. Lap 63. Big overtake. Sebastian Vettel overtaking Yuki Tsunoda. Fantastic work down the inside of turn 1. Then held it through the chicane. Now he's got Valtteri Bottas to chase after on the soft compounded tyre. It's exciting stuff at this moment in time. We have a look further back, And Lance Stroll is now up into P11. He's still battling with Mick Schumacher, but now he's got Guan Yu Zhou and Ocon on these worn tyres.
You're doing a good job.
I would expect Lance Stroll to be picking up positions very shortly, and Sebastian Vettel is already on the back of Valtteri Bottas. What a finish this could be for the Aston Martins. And as we watch that, Lance Stroll has overtaken Mick Schumacher. Fantastic work from Lance Stroll down the inside in that chicane, and then he's got another slow Alfa Romeo in front of him, like lap 64. I can't even talk, I'm that excited. Sebastian Vettel making light work of some of these cars. Sebastian Vettel is rolling back the years. He's just overtaken Fernando Alonso. Now he's overtaken Valtteri Bottas. And Fernando Alonso is now going to attack Pierre Gasly on the start finish straight. There's 5 laps left in this Grand Prix. And Sebastian Vettel, I'm not going to overdo it, could be on for a podium. Sebastian Vettel. Pierre Gasly's having a look at Russell, but Sebastian Vettel's in there as well. Does he make a mistake? He doesn't. They're side by side through turns 1 and 2. But Sebastian Vettel is there. He's lurking behind. He's got the soft compounded tyre. He's pushing on the fuel. What a guy Sebastian Vettel has been. He's gone from zero to hero here this afternoon. And he's now attacking the Mercedes of George Russell round the inside now. Can he get him? Can he make it stick? He certainly can. Sebastian Vettel is up to P4. It looks like we've had an incident on track. There were a bit of debris flying around there. Sebastian Vettel P4. And we've got DRS disabled.
Sounds like a few cars have crashed.
What has happened here? Let's have a look. Lap 67. It's the 2 Haas's. And please let this not have took any of our guys out. It hasn't. Oh, it nearly did. It nearly took Lance Stroll out, but the 2 Haas's are out. This is disastrous for Haas. Is that going to bring a safety car? It is.
Make sure that
There's no reason for us. There is no reason for us to pit. Sebastian Vettel is in P4. It makes no sense to pit now. We've still got decent tyres. We can charge up the ERS on both cars. Where is Lance Stroll? Lance Stroll still P11. Are any of these guys in front going to take this opportunity to pit? That is the question. Let's see what happens here. Have we got anybody coming into the pits? Not in front of Sebastian Vettel, there isn't. And also not in front of Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll is still going to have the fresher tyre. We'll come back when he gets back to green flag running, if he gets back to green flag running. Sebastian Vettel is currently in P4, and Sebastian Vettel has got the much quicker tyre than Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz. Oh my word, could we get a podium? Lap 69, safety car ending. Sebastian Vettel has got the chance. To get a podium, and Lance Stroll has got some moves to make as well. Off this start, we're going to ride on board with Sebastian Vettel, who's been told to push on the fuel. He's doing the Verstappen thing. He's up the inside of Pierre Gasly. When is Sergio Perez going to bolt? He's bolted now. Right, Sebastian Vettel. What's Lance Stroll doing as well? We've got both these guys to keep an eye on. Lance Stroll, it'd be desperate if he doesn't get a point so far this afternoon. Sebastian Vettel's actually lost a place to George Russell on the start finish straight. Did this safety car just come at the wrong time for us? We will see, as Sebastian Vettel now has got to have a look at what he can do. Meanwhile, we are back with Lance Stroll. I'd be gutted if Lance Stroll didn't get points. I'd be absolutely gutted. But here goes Lance Stroll down the inside. He doesn't quite go for it. So disappointing that he didn't feel the need to chuck one up the inside there. Sebastian Vettel, though, still battling with this Mercedes. He's now up to P4. And he's going to be now having a look at Pierre Gasly. We're back with Lance Stroll. Which one do we pick? We'll stick with Sebastian Vettel as he looks at the back of that Alpha Tower in front of him. Don't make a mistake, Seb. Don't make a mistake. Please do not make a mistake. Here comes Sebastian Vettel using the ERS on overtake. Is he going to get Pierre Gasly into the stadium section? It looks like he is. He's got the inside line into the stadium section. Sebastian Vettel is up to P3 and he's now on a podium at this moment in time as we are on lap 70. Last lap of the Grand Prix. Come on, Lance Stroll, make it double points. Lance Stroll now up the start-finish straight. Just doesn't seem to have that pace. He's on aggressive on the tyres now.
Yeah.
Please make it. Oh my God, Sebastian Vettel. Could he possibly? Will go aggressive on the tyres. Give it everything you've got, my friend. Sebastian Vettel's going for a move. Sebastian Vettel is going for a move for P2. Sebastian Vettel down the inside of the Ferrari. Is he going to make it stick? Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz are battling, but so is the Aston Martin of Sebastian Vettel round that final few corners on this last lap of the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel is up to P2. Is he going to make it a win for Aston Martin? Sebastian Vettel chasing down this Red Bull. I cannot believe what I'm watching. Sebastian Vettel going for the move. Sebastian Vettel into the stadium section. Can he make it stick? Inside line. Can he go for it? He can't. He's going to get P2. Sebastian Vettel, where is Lance Stroll? There's been a crash. There's been a crash. Sebastian Vettel is going to come through and finish P2. P2 for Aston Martin. What is happening with Lance Stroll? They've red flagged it. What's going to happen? Surely we pick up P10.
Let's take a look at the replay.
Sebastian Vettel is on a podium. He nearly won the Mexican Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel, I'd be so critical. I don't even know how long this video is going to be now. I have no idea, and to be honest with you, I do not care. Sebastian Vettel has got a podium finish for Aston Martin. 18 points in the Constructors. Sergio Perez, what a story this is, winning his home Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel picks up our first podium as team principal.
And the multiple world champion.
Unbelievable scenes.
With yet another podium.
This simply just does not happen. And after the spin at the start of the race, we got the tactics spot on, we said. Just everybody in the team's got to take some credit. Let's just take. I mean, I'm even going to take a picture myself of this. But what a situation to be in. Unbelievable race. But the other thing is, did we get P9 for Lance Stroll? Because we certainly deserved it.
And as this race weekend comes to a close, the team is 8th in the Constructors.
8th in the Constructors. We've jumped the competition. We go to Brazil next, but my word, I mean, people, please. Did we get Lance Stroll? Lance, that's a joke. Lance Stroll's got P11. That's an absolute joke. If he should have got P9 at least. Disgraceful. But Sebastian Vettel comes P2 at the Mexican Grand Prix. God, we've even got the music in the back. I'm going to have to let you listen. We've got the podium music playing here, ladies and gentlemen. And my word. What has that done for the driver's standings? It took him up to P11 in the driver's standings. But constructors-wise, we jump past 34 points. What a Grand Prix that were. Please like and subscribe. I mean, my word, I can't even speak. I'm that excited. And we'll see you in Sao Paulo on Thursday. Thank you so much for watching. Sebastian Vettel, take a bow, son.